What's up guys, welcome to Realms of Sigmar, and as you can see we're here to take a look at the new Blightwar box from Games Workshop. Okay, first things first, let's all soak in this amazing box art. So as you can see on the front, we have the new Nurgle character there, and we have the new Stormcast character there. Great to see more females coming into the game, coming into Stormcast. We know that they've been in the fluff for a long time, and a lot of people have been asking for it, and it looks like Games Workshop are really starting to listen. I really like this part over here. Look at this guy. He's crazy. Ugh. Anyway, the thing that excites me the most is the fact that we have a new Nurgle Demons character. I actually have a Nurgle Demons army. That's right, it's just Nurgle Demons. There is literally nothing else in it. And so not being able to have big characters has really stunted it. I hope this means a new book more than anything, because I desperately need something. All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a quick look inside the box and we'll see what comes with it. Okay, so we're going to open the box from the bottom, just because we know that that's where all the important stuff such as the books are. As you can see, we've got the new models here. We have the new female Stormcast character, and we have the new Nurgle hero. I can't remember the name of it. Let's see what it says. Horticulus, Slimux, and Neave, Blacktalon. So let's take a look inside the box from the bottom. You get so much in this kit, and I cannot wait to see what else we get. All right, opening it up from the bottom. And let's see what we get. Alright, first things first, we have a few decals, which is awesome. Everybody loves decals, even though some people can't figure them out. This is the little spin marker that you get for the Nurgle characters. We'll have a quick look at this in a minute. Books. Books, books, books. Everybody loves books. We're going to open these up after we go through the rest of the box. Bases. So many bases. This is the base for the new Nurgle character, Mr. Slime guy, which is actually pretty big. It's bigger than I expected. I kind of expected it to maybe be about this size. This is the size for the Griffhounds? Griffhounds? No, not Griffhounds. I can't remember what they're called. This is the one for the crazy chickens. Inside the box, we also get a poster of the amazing art on the box. It means you can keep the crazy chicken thing on your wall forever. Ugh. And then of course we get into the meat and potatoes. So we've got sprues and sprues and sprues and sprues. On this side it looks like we've got all of the Nurgle. So these are your plague drones. So we've got 3 for the plague drones and 1 flying stand flying out. These are Nurglings. And then a whole bunch of plague bearers. I painted so many plague bearers in my life that I could recognize this sprue from a mile away. We also have the new sprue for the Stormcast character. Which looks really nice. Let's see if we can see the date on this. 2017, so this is actually brand new this year. It's not like sculpted years and years ago and then just kept on ice until then. This does actually come with 2 heads, so we've got 1 head just there, and then the other head is just in there. So I'm personally not planning on using the bear head. I don't like Stormcast with bear heads. I always kind of like the fluff of them, you know, being these immortal warriors that are kind of unseen and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to leave that off, and I think I might use this for maybe some kind of like a witch conversion. Moving on to the rest of the box, we have Stormcast chickens, more Stormcast chickens. Okay, here we go. So this is the new Nurgle character. So as you can see, we actually got this part teased to us for a long time, and we had this part teased to us as well. So having a look at it, the face is kind of goofy, but I think it really did grow on me. This was one of the last teaser bits as well. Actually surprised at how big his body is. He's actually quite a large character himself. One of the things that I really do love is that he actually has like 5 eyes. So that's really awesome. Other than that, you've also got this cheeky little Nurgling hanging by a string. This is one of the ones that I cannot wait to stick together because I just think that it looks so cool. And I cannot wait to get him on the table more than anything else. I just really want to play and have a Nurgle Demons character. I've been avoiding trying to take other units for a long time. So to have its own character in Nurgle Demons is something that I really can't wait to use. And then the last two sprues are those Stormcast Ranger dudes. I cannot remember their names. I'm so bad with Stormcast names. There just seems to be so many of them and I just can never keep on top of it. And then you also get the cool birds. I really love these birds actually. They're a lot bigger than I expected them to be. I have some of these at home in a separate box, but I have never actually got around to opening it before I had to put them into storage. So it's good to have more of them. Always good to have more of everything, which is why we buy these things in the first place. All right, I'm going to open up the books and take a look and we'll go from there. Okay, first thing that we get inside the bag of books is the instruction manual. This has the instructions on how to build all of the Stormcast characters and then moving all the way through to the Nurgle characters. The Nurgle character himself is actually quite involved in both pages compared to the Stormcast character, who literally just this little section up here. So quite a lot of difference between the two characters in terms of their size, but I'm sure that they'll match up pretty evenly on the battlefield. You also get this awesome laminated sheet of rules, and then this is the main part. So what we'll do is we'll go through this in detail. Okay guys, just taking a quick flick through the book. So as you can see, you've got the list of contents here. So essentially what this is it's kind of like a small campaign for the Age of Sigmar. So it's not actually a separate game in itself. I actually thought this was a separate game when this was announced, and I'm not sure why, but it's kind of like a supplement to the game of Age of Sigmar. Now, Games Workshop have done a lot of these for 40k. I remember they did one that had Space Wolves and Orcs for 40k a couple of years ago, and I guess now they're going to try and branch that over into Age of Sigmar as well, which is awesome because those campaigns were really great. They had like the basic rules were the same rules that we all know and love. However, you just got new battle plans and you got some new characters and things like that to include. So first you've got your little War in the Realm section. You've got a part about Stormcasts and the cities themselves. And then you've got this little part about Cycles of War. So grab the box and have a read through this. Obviously it's quite long. I can't explain it all to you. Next is you've got this Season of Sowing. So this basically just explains Nurgle's plan to try and take over the mortal realms. Some more of that artwork. Then you've got some information about the new characters themselves. So you've got Horticulus Slimux here and Neave Blacktalon over here. So essentially it's saying that Horticulus Slimux was the Grand Cultivator in the Garden of Nurgle. Apparently he's one of Nurgle's first ever champions. However, he's actually not liked that much. And then you've got Neave Blacktalon, who is a swift-footed assassin, deadly huntress who's indomitable, will seize her, stalk her prey to the edges of the realms and beyond. Really cool character. I actually can't wait to read this part. Normally I'm not that into Stormcast characters, however that looks really interesting. You've got a little bit of story here that kind of goes with what's actually happening in the campaign before you start getting into the battle plans. So battle plans, you've got one called Rearguard Strike. You've got another one called the Lure and one called the Great Sowing. So you've got 3 new battle plans to play the game. Moving into just some of the amazing artwork that comes with it. Obviously the awesome miniatures, the heavy metal section of the book. So you've got Neave Blacktalon up here and then you've got Horticulus Slimux down here. Amazing paint jobs as always from the amazing heavy metal team. And then you move into allegiance abilities. Now, this is what the little disc is for, these parts here. So I haven't had a good look at this yet, but from what I know, basically what happens is, as a Nurgle player, what you do is you roll a dice, and the dice tells you where you start your stage of corruption. So at the start of the game, I roll a 4, I get Plague of Misery, and then what happens is I actually then move around the disc as I go. So you actually can't start on Corrupted Regrowth. So Corrupted Regrowth basically says Nurgle units heal D3 wounds at the start of the hero phase. So you're never actually going to start on this one, but you can actually do this. And what that's going to do is it's going to allow you to kind of plan out how you're going to play the game based on what you know is going to come up in as one of your abilities. Moving into the War Scroll section, 2 new battalions. You've got the Stormcast battalion over here. What I'll do is I'll hold that there, and if you want to read it, then now's the time to pause the video. And I'll move over here to the Nurgle one, and if you want to read that, then now is the time to pause the video. Last but not least, you've got all of the War Scrolls. You've got Neave Blacktalon up here. You should be able to find that online. And then you've got Horticulus Slimux over here, and at the end they've actually got the pitch battle profile. So I haven't actually seen this in a book before, so this must be something that new that they're introducing, which is really great. Okay guys, last but not least is this little disc that comes with it. This is the same as the kind of card stock that you get in the cards of when you buy the War Scroll cards and you get the little pop-out things that come with it. Similar kind of thing, or if you bought the Warlord edition of the General's Handbook, you also got those little markers. This is a very similar kind of thing. I actually think these are really cool. I kind of hope that GW keep these up, these little kind of spinning things to kind of help keep track of the game. I really think that they help. They're things that I put at the side of the table and they definitely help me. So the way this works, as I said before, is you roll a dice and that dice tells you where you're going to start and what ability you're going to start with, and then what you do is you move it around every single turn of the game. So for example, if I rolled a 5 at the start of the game, I would start on Nauseous Revulsion, and then as I go around I move on to Rampant Disease, and then I move on to Corrupted Regrowth. There is actually no result for Corrupted Regrowth, and I think that's probably because it's very, very strong. Being able to heal D3 wounds at the start of a hero phase is definitely something that you could work into your tactics, and so therefore it's not something that you probably want to start with. But if I had, for example, rolled a 5 to start the game, and I knew that next was Rampant Disease, and then I knew that next was Corrupted Regrowth, then I could definitely plan the way that I want to play around this next option coming up. Okay guys, there's everything that comes in the box for Blightwar. I hope this gave you a little bit of clarity about what you get. It's definitely something that you should pick up. It's not a standalone game with additional rules for the standard game like most of the other boxes that come out. This is actually another supplement to the Age of Sigmar, which is something that you can add in with your friends in a new way to play. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below and I'll try my best to answer them. But other than that, I will catch you next time.